how did you get into reinforcement learning in the first place? I mean, I have a book right here. I can't show it now, but first of all, it's too thick and it's buried under other books. Where did you get started, like with reinforcement learning? Which resources did you personally use to delve into this beautiful topic?
Yeah. This is another very interesting point. Okay, first of all, I heard about reinforcement learning when approaching ML, because they usually group supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning when you start studying them. So I just started approaching the entire field of ML using e-learning tools like platforms, as well as videos of course, very valid people out there. Reading books, reading papers, and you build yourself in this way. Then when it comes to RL, it is so new in some sense, especially its main developments in the deep reinforcement learning world, that you need to rely on just a few things. First of all, the most important point where to start from, it should be Sutton and Bartow's book, okay, An Introduction to Reinforcement Learning. That is something that covers the reinforcement learning basics in general. So not only deep reinforcement learning, it also covers standard techniques like dynamic programming, Monte Carlo methods, and this kind of stuff that are really important to get right if you want to master the most advanced things. So that's the starting point. Then there is a very, very good bootcamp by Berkeley. You can find it online. I can maybe forward you the link, and then you can share with your audience if you want. And that's a bootcamp, like it's like 2 or 3 days intensive that has been recorded. So there is there are videos as well as PowerPoint presentations, and they were able to collect in the same place, to make it everyone from Schulman to Peter Abil, a lot of experts in the field were all there presenting their work and also introducing Deep RL, and that is another very important resource. Then last year, at the very beginning of March, I signed a contract with Packt to write a book about, it's called the Reinforcement Learning Workshop. It's a very hands-on approach that guides you from the very beginning, like tells you how to build a deep neural network for convolution, for example, and it brings you, from there to applying reinforcement learning libraries on tasks. And so it allows you to experiment with a lot of things. And in that moment, I believe in timing and in fate in some sense. So I was at the very exact point where I needed that exposure. I mean, I needed to start writing 3 chapters for it. So I needed to study in deep what I needed to write there in order to make it very clear for the audience. And it also gave me the possibility to, get in touch with a lot of important resources like reinforcement learning software libraries. Like there is one that is very famous, that is Stable Baselines. That is a customization of baselines from OpenAI, and is a very cool one to use in order to approach a reinforcement learning task that is built with the standard OpenAI GYM interface. That is a standard one for reinforcement learning tasks, and is also the standard that we apply in the DIAMBRA environment. Okay, and so I started from there, and a couple of years later, I'm now I can say I feel very confident in applying these techniques on new tasks, because, and this is the good part of DIAMBRA, it allows you to being exposed to many different things, like how to handle states that are represented by frames, by pixel frames, how to merge visual information like frames with numerical ones, in the very same latent space to take advantage of these inputs to create a policy. How to code your environment to allow for parallel execution in your machine. That is very important to provide diverse inputs to your reinforcement learning algorithms. So every time you need to face, imagine a new game. At the moment we have 4 games interfaced. Actually, I must say 5. We just integrated a new one. You find 4 in the website because we are in the process of working on many things, and one of them is adding more and more games. And 4 different games, they have all different aspects, and you have to tweak your algorithm in order to take care of all different aspects. And we are just talking about fighting games here, of course. So imagine opening also to other type of games. So it gives you the opportunity to experiment, to research, and then, once you cover these resources, well, of course, you have to rely on papers, because this is a field so new that everything is on papers, not on books, okay, in general. And so you have to study a lot of those things. But maybe the most important thing, I think, Yusuf, is experimenting yourself. So trying to apply what you study in real experiments, in real tasks. And this is where you learn how to create, for example, one-hot encoding for categorical variables. So, when you face the problem, you can definitely learn how to tackle it.